Sand King is a tanky DPS initiator that excels at dealing large amounts of AoE damage while being able to initiate for his team from afar. Combining his tankiness and his massive AoE damage, he's a strong asset to any team.
Sand King's first ability, Burrow Strike, allows Sand King to burrow under the ground and tunnel forward, damaging and stunning enemy units above him as he resurfaces. Sand King's second ability, Sandstorm, is a channeled ability that allows Sand King to create a fearsome sandstorm that damages enemy units while hiding him from vision. The invisibility remains for a short duration after the sandstorm ends, and this duration increases per level.
I am ready.
Sand King's third ability, Caustic Finale, is a passive ability that allows Sand King's attacks to inject a venom that causes enemy units to explode violently upon death, dealing AoE damage. Sand King's ultimate ability, Epicenter, allows you to channel for a short duration and then unleash violent waves of AoE pulsing damage that do more damage the closer you are to the target who's getting hit by the pulses. This ability works really well combined with Blink Dagger and your Burrow Strike, because you can use your ultimate, then Blink Dagger into the middle of the team, and then use your Burrow Strike, land a perfect Burrow Strike that stuns all of them. So I'll show you how it works. You channel for a short duration, and then you'd want to Blink Dagger on top of the enemy and stun them into the air. After your ultimate is over, you could use your Sandstorm ability, which will then allow you to hide from view and deal more AoE damage if you've taken a bit of damage. If you want to use your ultimate in good situations pre-level 6, best way to use it is to channel it and then use your Burrow Strike to catch up to enemies, but you'll miss 1 or 2, or maybe even sometimes 3 of the pulses, but still, it will still do a lot of damage.
Now, I'm guessing you're wondering what kind of items are good on Sand King. So, the great thing about Sand King is he only has 1 or 2 items that are really core, just like this guide shows in the item store for when you're playing Sand King in the beta. And every other item is really situational for Sand King. It really depends on what you're looking for. So, the really core items on Sand King are definitely Blink Dagger. You need to get the Blink Dagger as soon as possible. First item. It'll really help you with your ult initiation and things like that. Magic Wand is a great item early game if you're against a lane that does a lot of spell spamming. It'll keep you alive and in lane a lot longer. And then of course your Power Treads are a great item for you, and I keep those to late game as well. Now for situational items after your core, everything really is situational because it just depends what kind of team you're going against, depending on what kind of items you want. So like this item right here, I don't really know how to pronounce it. I guess it's Heart of Tarask or something. This item is a great item because you get 40 strength, which gives you health regeneration, and damage. Plus you get more health from the item and more health regeneration from the item. It's a good item if you just want to be more bulky, do more damage, and be more bulky. Black King Bar is another item that is really great because you can make yourself magic immune as you initiate with your ult, and this not only it gives you strength and damage, plus it makes you you can make yourself magic immune when you go in with your ult, so you can't be stunned or CC'd, like CC combo down and things like that. It's good against magic damage heavy teams as well. Shiva's Guard, I've never bought this on Sand King, but the more I look at it, the more I think it's a really good item for him because you get Intelligence, which will give you more mana, so you don't have to, in more mana regen. You get Armor, which is great because you need to be tankier. And then you get an Aura Slow, which reduces attack speed on enemies around you, which is nice that they have a lot of auto attack champions. And not only does it do that, but also you can use it to emit a 40% slow and deal a little bit of damage to everyone around you for 4 seconds. And that 40% slow is really nice for keeping people near your ult, your epicenter, because the closer they are to you, the more damage it'll deal to them. So that's another good item. Blade Mail, another great item if you're going against champions that'll do a lot of physical damage to you. Vanguard is another great item for something like that. Lincoln's Sphere is a good item as well because it's blocks a spell every 20 seconds, so it can block stuns and things that would shut you down. Soul Booster, I guess, is an alright item too. Just gives you flat regeneration and flat health and mana. It's another good thing for making you tanky. And then another really good item is that I would also consider buying is Ag as a scepter. I just call it the scepter because I can't pronounce the first first name. But anyway, scepter is great because you get 10 to all attributes and then some health and some mana. But the best thing about it is that it makes it so that your epicenter has a lower cooldown and increased number of pulses, which means you can initiate more often with your epicenter, and you can do more damage with it and kill more people. So it's great to buy this when you think you're tanky enough and you don't need to have any more armor, health, or things like that, or regeneration. Then pick up a scepter with your extra gold, or if you're just straight owning and you don't think you need to be any more tanky, like you don't think you need to buy that many tanky items, just rush a scepter after your blink dagger. After your blink dagger, maybe one more tanky item before the blink before the scepter, and you should be good to go. So yeah. So now I'm going to give you just a tip or two that'll help you with your Sand King gameplay. One of the things that I think is a really key thing with Sand King is knowing what makes a good Sand King from a bad Sand King is knowing how to use your ultimate and how to initiate. Now, what you need to do is you need to distance yourself from your enemies and get the surprise gank on them, because this ultimate is a couple second channel, and if you just some initiators can just like walk, like Axe can just walk into the middle of a fight and start beating on people. Sand King, you have to initiate from like afar, because if you just walk into the middle of the fight and try to start channeling your ult and you get silenced or stunned or anything like that, your ult is gone and you don't get to ult. And that's the main thing with your champion Sand King is, hero Sand King is the epicenter ult. You really need to have the epicenter ult. So the main key that I can give you is like to do things like this, where if you know their entire team is right over here, and you can get in a position right here where you could then epicenter and blink dagger over the wall into their whole team. Things like that are what you're really going to want to do to try and solidify your Sand King gameplay and get the most out of your damage. Ganking after level 6, if you don't double kill your own lane, going around and ganking other lanes is definitely like good ideas for Sand King. You can definitely get a lot of easy kills with Sand King's ultimate. So that concludes this guide. I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this, and since this is my first Dota 2 hero guide, I don't think it's going to be the best. I hope to improve with every hero guide I do, so if you have any comments, or if you have any constructive criticism or things like that, things you think I could have done better and things you think I did good, I'd really appreciate it if you could comment those in the comment section of the video. And thanks for watching. I will release more of these as I get more familiar and better with different champions along the way. I will see you all later.